Yeah, we're on I key, so press the brake, push the button. Little startup sound that we had to put in because people were mashing away at the button all the time because there's no startup generator or anything else way to go. So just to orient yourself, speedometer, state of charge, distance to empty, power meter, so as you're under full acceleration these will light all the way up. Under regenerative braking, comes the other way. Okay.
And battery temperature?
Temperature, yeah, really too much. I don't know if you want to get shots of this or not.
Yeah, I'll get some.
Yeah, you don't really have to worry too much about that.
All right.
So everything's standard equipment, Bluetooth, USB, XM satellite radio, blah, 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 blah.
There's the gear shifter, and we've got 3 positions.
Yeah, pretty easy. And eco mode, which we haven't talked too much about yet.
So just depress.
Nope, don't do anything, just over and down. And you're in drive.
There you go. Parking brake is not on.
You can. It's electronic, so you can drive right through it.
Oh.
You don't have to do anything. I'll kind of go back out the. And I'll show you some of the screens.
Is the driving sound engaged?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear it at all.
I know. Let's go up here and.
Yeah, you guys really need to change those videos.
We're trying. Go up in here and go right. We're gonna go back up over the bridge and go to 15.
I'll send you a copy of this. And you can say, this is from inside. Oh, I can kind of hear like a whine, like.
And that's what you're hearing is the motor, the electric motor, a little bit. We're actually gonna quiet that. That's one of the last little tweaks. We're gonna drop it down just a little bit more.
Yeah, we can just film like where we're going. Great.
Yeah, the engineers were shooting for a real normal driving experience, so you can just kind of step in and out of a gas car and come right into this and feel kind of normal.
All right. So you're filming the map right now? That's cool.
Yeah. I'll show you a couple screens when we get down here to the light.
Okay.
One of the ones is always, oh my gosh, I got an unexpected trip. With my state of charge, can I make it? Right? So, button on the steering wheel. Push it. Yep. What happens on the map is you get depicted immediately your reachable area. So an 83-mile circle.
So we're gonna go left here.
We're gonna go left. So it's basically showing you visually on the map your range. Two sections. A percentage difference, in the middle. So I just zoom in. Basically, we can go anywhere.
Wow.
Anywhere we want. So after the EV project is done, with the Department of Energy grant, all the nearby stations will be loaded in. We just put a dummy one in here to give you an idea, because they'll have about 1,200 to 1,300 stations in the Puget Sound area by this time next year. A way to update it. This is a screen that the real hypermilers are going to love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because this is the one that we have an 80 kilowatt motor. So your amount of power that you're using, it's the same kind of information displayed here, but more finite. So how much energy you're asking out of the electric motor, how much regenerative energy you're putting back into the battery pack. And then it's taking a look at climate control and system, so you can match energy usage. We're also calculating for you what would happen with or without your heater air conditioner on. So just AC. The software that we're changing right now is the distance to empty, because it's updating every 500 feet. It's way too sensitive. Yeah. So we're going to settle it down a little bit, because actually what we're doing right now, you're averaging 16 miles a kilowatt, and there's 24 kilowatts on board.
Okay.
So.
Kilowatt hour, yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of cruise around here. You just kind of get a used to feel for the car.
Hey, you notice the sounds of other cars
Yes.
more prevalently
Yep.
than you do in like a gasoline car, because this car doesn't produce any noise.
Yeah, up here by this golf little thing, we'll do a left and go into their parking lot. And if you want to step outside and actually outback the car back and forth so you can hear it as a pedestrian, it's this flashing yellow. Go left and into their driveway. Or there's too much.
I could hear it when it was backing up.
Right.
That was the unmistakable truck backing up sound.
Right.
But when you're going forward, it was so subtle.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Nissan
YouTube video is way overplayed.
Right. Yeah. The Nissan promotional video is sort of anti-promotion.
So just some other screens that we have. So we talked about driving range. That was the one we were just displaying. So you get an idea of visually where you are. And we have room for 1,000 charging stations within 100 miles. So they'll be populated, as the car launches. The nearby stations you can pick up. Also, when you get down to low fuel, just like in your gasoline powered car, a warning light comes on. When you get down to that point, this screen will automatically light up. You don't have to do anything. It just does it, and it'll show you the nearest available charging stations and show you the closest and fastest way to get there. If you come across one that you find that's not on the map, you can actually load it in your own system, because there's a GPS in the car, and it'll tell you where the system is. Take advantage of time of use rates. So you can set a timer up in the car where you come home, you plug in at 7 o'clock at night, time of use rates start at midnight, the car just wakes up, you set it, please assign days, you just can go all the way through that. Or you can use your cell phone to do that. Preheat or pre-cool. If you know you go out, you usually come home 6:30 at night, you want to either cool your car down or warm it up, you can set a timer. So using grid power, you can actually precondition the cabin. Either way, or use your cell phone. Just all the different alerts you can do. This was a screen we were looking at before. It's calculating, just like you have miles per gallon, it's calculating miles per kilowatt. So what's the average been since we got in the car this morning? Distance to empty. This is an instant meter, just like your miles per gallon meter. And the screen we were looking at before. So lots of detail. XM, radio, CD, USB, iPod.
There's a spot up here.
Yeah, USB on this side.
Wow. And then auxiliary for.
Aux jack. These will be in cold weather climates. We've learned that actually it's more efficient to heat the seats and the steering wheel where you touch the car versus try and heat the cabin air. So we're going to do both. But it's actually
put in heated seats.
Yeah, heat your butt, heat your hands.
Oh, nice.
Versus trying to heat up the cabin air, and we're going to do the same thing in the rear because actually we learned it was more efficient that way. And we'll just head on back.
Yeah. Even with the window down, I can't hear. I can't hear the sound So I'm don't have to figure out how to disable it right now. That was my biggest thing, was that I was going to, that was my first DIY project, would be to disable that sound, because those videos were basically horror films of your car is going to sound like a truck backing up all the time.
Another mode we have is eco mode. So do the same move you did on the shifter. Go ahead and do it now.
Again.
Now you're in eco mode. You can see it here.
Okay.
You're going to feel a little bit different pedal feel on the accelerator.
Quite a bit more resistance.
Yeah, it's not changing the output of the electric motor, but it's changing what we're asking you to do. Mm-hmm. And it's another layer of regenerative braking. And we pick up 10% more distance to empty. We're at 107 miles distance to empty right now, based on how we're driving.
So now if I do it again,
It goes right back out.
pops it out.
Yep.
That's nice that there's actually like physical resistance added into.
Yeah, we find that people, I mean, we just do it normally. We pulse on the pedal, and any bump or anything else also makes our foot move. And the engineers decided that instead of changing the electric motor output, make the resistance of the pedal itself. So if you needed full power to get out of the way for an emergency or make a quick move, you can push right through it, and you have full power of the motor. You just have to push harder.
So our range has actually increased while we've been driving.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem possible.
Oh, it is. Regenerative braking. We'll go right down the hill here.
Yeah.
You know where you are. I don't know what my camera skills are, but I'm trying to be still for you. And also, you have a real-time ecometer. You're growing a pine tree over there in the corner.
Look at that.
Yeah. Based on your driving habits, you can actually grow 3 trees.
Hey.
I'm gonna go a little bit further. Yep.
Yeah.
And if you drive really aggressively, you can also cut them down.
I'm somewhere in between.
You're somewhere in between. You've been growing them as we go. You've been doing great.
It's well-moderated forest land.
Pedal feel, driving handles really nicely.
It does.
Very quiet.
Yeah, I mean one of the question with any electric car is the range, and so I wanted to drive it a little more aggressively to see if it would just
suck all the juice.
From 100, down to 0.
Nope.